Hey everyone, it's me, What to Look Out, and welcome to a discussion video. Now, a few days ago, on the 8th, Chapter 10 released. And I'll be honest, I am disappointed in Chapter 8, on Chapter 10. Morally because they basically made guns for sacrifice mean nothing, effectively. Sorter not only survives the Rite of Frost, I want to say it was called, but he's now stronger because of the Rite of Flames. And it's just, unless this thing has a second charge, it's basically over. We should not be able to somehow come out of this. We will, but we shouldn't. Because all we done is, instead of stopping Sorter, we only made him stronger. And this has just been something I feel like FEH has had problems. I'm not going to sit here and argue it hasn't. Well, what I've been seeing a lot of is that I'm complaining about nothing, and it's like, it's a mobile game, dude. You're not supposed to take it seriously. And I bring up fake Grand Order. It's like, fake Grand Order. And it's like, well, you can't, it's really unfair to compare. Why is it unfair to compare? Why is it unfair? Heck, if anything, it should be the reverse. Why? Like, these people who are probably FE fans, either laugh at FGO being good, which, again, if you've actually played the game, you would actually know the story is actually kind of good. Like, Fan Chill is good. It's not like the most shock and appeasing thing ever, but again, it's not like garbage like a lot of people want to say it is. It's just, people go and say that that it's really unfair to compare FEH heroes to Grand Order, and it's like, why? If anything, it would be unfair to compare Grand Order to heroes, because Grand Order is made by Aniplex and Type Moon. People don't really know how to make video games to tell a good cohesive story. Meanwhile, you got Nintendo. You got Nintendo, who is this massive giant of a company, and yet they can't hire good writers. Trying to say that, like, and people argue that Natsu is not somebody nobody can compete with. Bullcrap! He's not some writing god. He's as human as everyone. He can make mistakes. Look at Photographer. Look at Last Encore. He's clearly shown that he can make bad characters and make bad choices when it comes to writing. He's as human as anyone. He has good moments and he has bad. He can be contested. And yet these people want to say comparing heroes to Grand Order is so it's meh. Like there's no reason to, as one's outclassed by the other. And it's like, why? Why do you think this? What gives heroes any right to be less than Grand Order, Grand Order to be less than heroes? They can be on the same playing field. It's just that the writers of heroes just don't care about the story. Because, example, here's something I was thinking earlier. Something I was thinking earlier today, before I'm making this video. Yugir and Heatrid, whoever they are, the two new siblings for Fjorm and Gunthra, they were last minute. They were just added recently in order to extend the story. Cause you know why? If these characters were on the deck, if these heroes were on the field already, like the writers knew these characters exist. They would have mentioned it. Fjorm or Gunthra would have mentioned it, and Gunthra would have told us to go find them instead of trying to come back first. Like, unless Museville is like, in order to get to Museville, you have to cross through you have to cross, Neefel? If that's the case, then why is it that they somehow like, this is the problem. I don't know where Muspel is, because we aren't told where it is. We just know that we gone from Neefle to Muspel with no intervening chapters in between. We had to go through deserts, then we had to go through snow in order to get to Gunther. And then somehow, for some reason, we go from the temple where we activated the Rite of Frost, and we're in from chapter 8, and then chapter 9, we're already in Muspel. It's like, what? Like, that's a problem I'm seeing with the story now. It had good progression, but now it's gone to crap. Like they're rushing it now. There's no sense of time. We don't know how far we travel. We don't know if we traveled back to Asker and then went to Muspel, as if it's like, or like what happened? Because all of a sudden we're now in Muspel, without no rhyme, no reason, no whatever. And the fact that whatever, two new siblings. I'm just going to do two new siblings. I'm not even going to bother identifying them because they exist. This affects Gunther's and Fjord's character. They were willing to. Because guess what? This implies that these two new siblings were out there, and they didn't bother to go look for them. Gunther didn't bother to send us to go look for them. Fjord didn't bother to want to try to look for them, and that's bad because it shows these characters don't even care about family. They want to assert they're dead. If the family dies, then whatever, and that ruins their character. Because we have to go on the implication that these two didn't even think about these other two new siblings being alive or being around or being okay. These two other new siblings that we never heard of until chapter 9, they were an afterthought if Gunther and Fjorm. Okay, Fjorm maybe Fjorm, but Gunther would not have forgotten these two. She would at least. Like, this is the problem. Because now you give the implication that Fjorm and Gunther did not care about these two siblings. All they wanted was Salt of Death. Wanted the end of the freaking invasion. They were willing to put their own country ahead of family. I'm sorry. But you can do that kind of stuff, but at the same time do it for family. I.e., look at Imran, who not only died for people in order to keep the final in their hands, but died so Crom didn't have to live with the guilt of making that choice, of saving his sister over his people. That was a dignifying death, because she chose both. She was in that situation. She chose both her people and her family. Because she didn't want Crom to suffer with the guilt of knowing he possibly doomed his people, and Imran didn't want the family to get in hands of Gangrel. You can do deaths like that. It's like, why aren't they? Why are they suddenly making characters appear out of nowhere? What characters you think would be important to have known, and yet you just bring them out of nowhere. It is another thing. Where's Bruno? Bruno has not been seen, I don't think, ever since book 2 began. Maybe we have one scene or two, but every time we had a scene with Veronica, Bruno's been nowhere. Instead, it's been Xander. And also, and again, we knew about the Flans because you're telling me that Soda knew about the Rite of Frost, and yet the Niflheim, Gunther, whoever, they didn't know about the Rite of Flames and what they would do. And Rite of Flames is just a Deus Ex Machina. I'm just saying right now. Rite of Flames, Deus Ex Machina in order to extend the story. It is clear. It is clear as day. And not only that, Veronica might be dead. Like, she might be sacrificed herself might have been sacrificed for the Riot of Flames. Or possibly, or Xander might be dead. I don't know. But it's probably going to be Xander, but again, it's like, if they just kill off Veronica like that, I'm sorry, but you cannot try and set, like, again, this was a comment on a video that I saw that was funny to me, because it's like, you can, like, because he said, there's a difference between making paper-thin stories for a mobile game, and then there's not caring. Because imagine if this was a Fire Emblem game. Imagine this was a spin-off and on an actual console. People would be furious. People would be outraged, saying this is even worse than Fates. They would be demanding for the leading writers to be freaking fired. And this is coming off of Echoes. So it's like, why? What is going on? What happened to the writers? Because they did a good story with Echoes. They made characters important. They made characters that you would think would disappear be important. Fernand, this character, this enemy, you think he would have disappeared once freaking all these other characters. It's like, they made a good story. It's just that for some reason they're not putting the efforts into Heroes, which is a bad idea, considering the only other game they've released at the moment since Heroes has been Warriors. And that game is a spin-off, but it also has a bad story. The only thing I'm actually gearing is the actual Fire Emblem characters, and not the freaking Lemon Lords. And again, it just frustrates me because, again, you can, Grando has shown you can have a good story even on a mobile game. They didn't have to put the effort into it, but they have. They have made this a clear endeavor they want to do. So why can't Nintendo do the same? Especially since with how good the Switch has been. Nintendo has no, and considering that the freaking Nintendo Online is releasing this fall. Nintendo is loaded at the moment. Why can't they put the effort, or hire the people to put the effort? Like, I'm sorry, but Nintendo has been slowly getting worse. And it's just like, they need to turn this around. Because if FE Switch flumps, I think FE's gonna be in a situation again where things are not looking too good for it. We do not need another freaking we can only hope. We can only hope that Nintendo does something good with whenever their presentation is. Which again, I gotta look up when Nintendo presentation is. Is it tomorrow or is it freaking what? It's hold on. I'm looking at it right now. 3 schedule 2018. Yeah, E3, Microsoft, Bethesda, Square Enix is tomorrow, along with Ubisoft. PC gaming as well. That's all on the 11th. Nintendo's on the last day. I really hope Nintendo doesn't mess this up, because they aren't good with Switch. As much as I hate to say it, they are good with Switch. But they do not need to mess this up. I feel like they're going to do something and mess it up. I feel like they're going to mess something up, and then it's just going to be like freaking the Wii U all over again, where everyone is jumping off the ship, the Switch. So, yeah. That's about it. That's all I wanted to say. Again, this debate that heroes can't have a good story as fake Grand Order is dumb. It's just that Nintendo doesn't have the writers, or the writers don't care. And they should. Considering Fate's, for all we know, FE16 might not even come out this year. It might come out next year. So until then, FE Heroes is all we have. Unless they somehow pull a sudden reveal of a freaking spinoff to satiate the players. Which I doubt they will try, considering we went an entire year without hearing a thing about FE Switch. It's either coming this fall or coming out next freaking winter. Or it's coming out next year, late winter, early spring. And it's irritating because it's like, again, if it's truly like that, then Heroes is all we have. I feel like Heroes are going down in a spiral. Yeah. What do you guys think about it? Do you think Heroes can improve, or do you think Heroes is just gonna continue to be a spiral story of a mess? Forgot one thing. Forgot the one thing I feel like is basically an insult to all players. All players want to know more about these characters, more about what's Moosebell, more about stuff. So at the end of the Tempest trials, the recent one, the Brides and Grooms, Loki basically does a freaking joke, a parody of Star Wars, with Lavertine, the freaking younger of the two, about joking about being her secretly being her mother, and just joking about it. It's like, okay, excuse my language, but just frick you too, game. Frick you too, Rise. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's an insult to people who want to learn more about this world. Cause that's just, oh, you want to learn more about this world? Well, too bad. We don't care. Here's a joke for you. It's just, why? Why are you just making a joke about the lore of the story? Why are you joking about it? You think this is a comedy? If you want to play a comedy, we go play something else. It's just like, why? Why would you do this to us? Why would you play it like this? It's stupid for many reasons. Like, you have very few opportunities to actually destroy. Sounds a it sounds a lot like just being like, it feels like you don't care about the story. Which again comes back to that comment about people not making paper thin story, and then people not caring. Again, this is what the impression is for Heroes at the moment, at least for me. All the writers care about is making money. They don't care, or doing their job, and that's it. They don't want to put the effort in. They want to make a paper thin story, and just it's freaking, it's irritating. Because I actually I like Fate. I like to learn about the story. I like freaking Echoes because it's post game and how it expands on Grima. I like exploring the story. But it's just you are now not doing that. You're doing the opposite. You're making a joke of the lore, of the possible story, rather than explaining it to us. And it's insulting. Because you can explore the story, and yet you choose to do the complete and opposite, the 180 of it, and basically make a joke about it. Like, hold on, I'm going back and I'm freaking looking at the trial because I want to double check. But that was basically the impression. Like, at first I thought it was like they were being serious, but then I found out through a comment like, that's a joke. They're joking about stuff now. Like, I don't think you can even go back and view stuff. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe I can. I'll freaking check. Is there really no way to view cutscenes? Is there really no way to view it? No, you really can't. It's. Wow. Again, that's another problem that they can face. Like, when it comes to, like. Like, I'm double checking everything. I'm checking everything. But I don't think you can revisit cutscenes like that. Once you those are one and done things. And if that's the case, then yeah, Fate freaking has a problem. It has a problem that it needs to fix. Because Fate Grand Order allows you to view all cutscenes. Any cutscene that happens, you can go and view it. Whether it be interludes, events, normal stories, they allow you to see it. This game doesn't. So I can't even go back. I can't even look at it and freaking tell you guys the truth. I'm gonna check to see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Again, I'm sorry I'm just concentrating, but so far I have not had good luck with it trying to find it. Yeah, all it has is detail about the event, but it doesn't have an actual description. That's the focus. What's the other file? Okay. Hopefully this tells me. If not, then I'm just gonna say you don't even freaking know. Yeah, they literally make a joke. Oh god, freaking just. Again, so this is why I hate it. They have this opportunity to explain it, but they just keep it a secret, only stating the obvious. It's like, come on, like seriously, these two look, Lackingera, fucking. Their names I can't even pronounce because they're freaking Iceland's names. It's just annoying. But again, it's just like perfect opportunity go into details about the story, about the characters. You don't choose it. You just you choose to be a freaking you choose to freaking make a Star Wars blah joke. I sound like a British person there. Well, congratulations, you made your Star Wars joke. I hope you are happy with your choice. It's just annoying, because everything Fate Hero does, Grand Order does it better. And rather than looking at Grand Order and adapting what they do to theirs, they just don't. And it's irritating. But yeah, this video is going on for long enough. It's almost a half hour of me just arguing. I'm sorry. I just need to get this off my chest. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys for watching. What are you guys' thoughts? And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.